Today we're drawing the greatest mammals known to mankind. Cats.
It's the Lily factor. Ding!
Look at this beautiful ball of fur. They're just so cute. Today I'm drawing my friend Abby's beautiful cat, Stella. Yeah, I know, she's getting 2 for 2. Shout out to Abby. This cat is extremely adorable. So I feel like drawing cats today. So I'm just gonna whip out my old regular pencil and just sketch out some cats. Look at that little ball of fur. Don't worry, I won't fangirl the entire video. Just like 70%. I love how she has little pink ears. Like little pink tips of her ears. Pink. So cute, so cute. That's cute. Alright, we'll draw that over here. This is a little tricky. I haven't drawn a cat with the tongue sticking out. A little different from my usual. It's a little weird because I'm more used to drawing foxes. I draw those a lot. And I just feel like I'm kind of implementing what I've learned from drawing foxes into Stella. And that's not really what I should be doing. Because it's really challenging when you're drawing a fox versus a cat, because once you kind of learn to draw, you know, features from, say, a fox or a cat, and you're drawing the other animal, you kind of just start to mimic the features of that specific creature. You mimic the features of another creature on that creature. Because foxes, if you look at it, they have a very similar, like, you, first glance, you'd think, oh, they look like dogs, but just from my experience of drawing foxes a lot, they actually tend to look more like cats. I feel like I'm accidentally implementing what I've learned from drawing foxes onto dear Stella. Another thing that's tricky for me is when I'm drawing, I like to draw by reference. So, and I mean, I'm kind of letting myself do that, but if I wanted this to look exactly like Stella, probably not doing it right, because I like to draw from reference, meaning I don't like to copy what I draw. I don't like to make it look exactly like the picture I'm using to draw. I just like to take something from that reference and mimic it, but I don't like to copy it precisely. And I've never really had that as a skill to begin with. Ever since I first started drawing when I was younger, I could never copy anything, which at the time was really frustrating because I like to draw, you know, my favorite cartoon characters, and I couldn't make it look like them. Just looked like my own version, which I was mad about, but I didn't understand that that was actually a great thing, because I wasn't copying that style, I was making up my own without even trying, which is very important. Sometimes referencing is great, because instead of copying someone else's style, someone else's work, you're adapting and making your own unique style that you can eventually apply to other things and make it look even more your own than before. You know what? I'm gonna show you guys, once I finish sketching out this, I'm gonna show you guys a little treat, an old drawing of mine, because as I'm drawing this, it's making me think of this. The drawing I'm gonna show you guys after this, I'd like to say, is about 5 years old, I think. And this was probably my first time referencing, and my first time drawing a petit chaton. I love the amount of fur in this drawing. This is like, it looks like I just kind of drew a head, some paws, and a whole lot of fur. Alright, now I'm gonna get out my old sketchbooks. Very old, very old. I'm just gonna reveal a drawing that this reminds me of from very long ago. This sketchbook here is very, very dear to me. It was my first ever nice sketchbook. My first sketchbook I drew in was a notebook. But this here was my first professional sketchbook. And so you can see it's kind of how far I've come from scribbled out pages. Even just art studies I did. I started out with a really simple and basic style. I did not even fathom doing realism. Yeah, I mean, a younger me wouldn't know what to say. I wouldn't. It's amazing just how far you can come from practicing. But there's a drawing in here that I specifically remember that I want to show. I drew this a long time ago, and this was of the Warrior Cats book series. And for some of you people who really love that book series get excited, I only read the first book, half of the second, but I'm not a very enthusiastic for fun kind of reader, so that's about as far as I got. I don't remember any of it, but I remember being fascinated by the cover, so I just kind of referenced off and tried to draw my own thing, but it's absolutely crazy where I've come. Oh my gosh. This is unbelievable. But I wanted to show you guys this because as I was drawing that, I remembered it and I thought, wait a minute. I've done something like this before. Why didn't I show everyone? You can see I really was trying to figure out shading. I was very thoughtful how the fur was being put together, but I just didn't know how to go about shading it. And even just where the darker pieces of fur come up and block off the ear, I was trying to recreate that. I just didn't have enough experience to know how, but now I do. So I thought I'd just show you guys that. Next kitty drawing. We're doing this one of Stella. She does not look amused. I'm guessing she did not get her kitty treats that she wanted. Abby, you mind filling us in on that? I must say, I think my two favorite creatures are cats and birds. I have always loved both species. They're too lovable. It's a little tricky here because her fur is white and I'm drawing on paper that's not like, you know, fully white. It's kind of an off-white. And so it's a little tricky because I feel like it's too dark for her fur. But then, you know, my paper's not white. So what are you gonna do about it? You know, just drawing this cat here, because it's been a while since I've drawn cats. Not too long, but good amount of time. This is kind of making me sad because it's just reminding me of so many things, like experiences I've had with cats. And not even that, but just art-wise. Because even when I was younger, I drew cats. And I had a coloring book my grandmother gave me. And I was determined, like by Christmas, to have this coloring book, this one page to be colored and filled out for her. to give to her for Christmas. And I was really little then, but yeah, because some of you guys are like, you know, that better not be recent, because lame gift. I wanted to give her my appreciation for giving me that. So I worked hard, and I spent a lot of time coloring. And I remember because the coloring page was a cat, and it was on the cover of the coloring book, like their example colored version of that cat. So I at the time was too scared to like do anything art-wise, because I knew I wasn't good, but I didn't want to make up my own color scheme. I was too afraid that it would look bad. So I just kind of tried to copy the colors on the sheet, but of course they don't tell you like, oh, we used this color with this, and you know, things like that. So I ended up doing my own thing, and it turned out, you know, pretty okay for my age. But I remember giving it to my grandmother, and she hung it up on her wall at home, and it was there for a long time until her time was up. But my grandmother loved cats. She really loved them. So a lot of times when I see cats, I also think of her. Just because I remember her loving cats, and she always had like cats, neighborhood cats that would come and visit her that she would, you know, pick up and take inside and show us. Of course, the cats were not happy about that, but it was always worth it because I got to see these cute little cats. I think my love of cats has always just been like, it just originated from a young age, because I just have so many fond memories of cats and being around them. And it's not like I had any of those, you know, cheesy movie kind of experiences with cats where, you know, like, or like a dog movie really, because there's not as many cat movies, but like this, but you know, where you meet the animal and it changes your life forever, and then you don't want to let it go, but your parents are like, oh, we're moving, we have to get rid of it, and you're like, no, and then you go on some dumb adventure with the animal, and then your parents are like, guess what, we're not moving, and then there's that. There's my venting about overdone movie plots, but usually with cats, it's just some bad cat that no one likes, and then cat, you know, does stuff, and people are like, oh, I guess cats aren't that bad, which ain't how it always is. That was weird. Like, Southern just kicked in. Yeah. I grew up in Texas, so I know what Southern is. That wasn't quite it. Do you guys have any interesting stories about some experience you've had with an animal that really was a good experience for starters, not a bad one, but that really kind of inspired you, or that you just really remember? It doesn't have to be with just cats, but since the theme of this video is cats, well, cats would be preferred. What's great about art is there's so many different things. I could do videos on graphic design, character design, animation, 2D, 3D animation, interior design, modeling, rendering. I'm just like naming random stuff. Well, even with art, I could also just include, you know, singing, writing. There are a lot of different kinds of art. I must say though, anytime I bring up that I'm an animator, people go, oh, so you're an artist. Sure, let's go with that. Used to make me really mad that people would say that, but I mean, technically, I am an artist. It just would, I don't know, I just felt like I was like, I already said what I am, why do I need to go, oh yeah, I'm an artist? You know, I already told you I don't need a clarification, but I just ended up adjusting, like, okay, I am technically an artist, so that's what people think, they have that right, because that is, in a way, a truth. I mean, it still gets on my nerves every now and then if I'm still talking about it, but not as bad, so yay. I always wondered if that was a pet peeve for like other people who are animators or, you know, working in those kind of fields. I wondered if people ever had that kind of experience. And then I saw like a cartoon that was kind of making fun of that, and then I realized, I'm like, oh, I am not the only one. You know, I just remember another thing. My other grandmother really loved cats too. She made me a needlepoint bag with cats on it. I still have that bag. I love that bag. I mean, I don't really wear like bags or carry them around, unfortunately, but that meant a lot to me when she gave it to me. And she really loved cats too. Yeah, so there's that. I have just so many wonderful memories involving cats. Wish I could say the same about dogs. I'm not saying like I've had a bad experience with dogs, but I don't know. I'm just one of those crazy cat people. This is a perfect picture. It's so cute. Okay. I love it when the cats have like their little paw sticking up under their arm. So cute. I know. I've said it's so cute a lot. Big whoop. I love how she has this little white line right under the eyelid. That's so cute. You know, I feel like doing cross-hatching. I'm not gonna do it for this video, but I might be back with cross-hatching, we'll see. I totally want to draw cats more now. It's been a while. I'm used to mainly draw cats in a cartoon style, so this was kind of an interesting turnaround from what I've done for many, many years. Alright, I think I'm just gonna smudge a bit here just so you know she's on something. She's laying herself upon some sort of object. Now what that object is, the world may never know. Alright, one more to go. This was just too cute to not draw. I had to draw that cuteness. I can tell just by the width of her pupils that she is very scared. Very scared here. She's got some rounded pupils, and that's not really something a cat will show unless they're intimidated in some way. I love how I get to add my little favorite details too. Like how there's detailing on this rug. That just makes me happy. Because I like to add random little designs on things. So if I get the reward, and I save the best for last because I get my excuse to draw my favorite little design. Let's shade this in a bit. Alright, I think for fun, I'm just gonna add a little bit of color around. Just because I feel like I could use a bit of color. So I'm just gonna grab this green colored pencil just to give it that balanced out look. There's too much black and white, but I feel like giving it a bit of color for me is more satisfying because I give it more detail that way, but also just to give it that nice balanced out look. And there we go, all done. This was super fun. It was nice. I am such a perfectionist. It was nice to finally sit back and draw something other than people. It's kind of funny to see how far I've come from that little blob. This was so much fun. I had the best time drawing from reference and getting to just kind of play around and draw something other than people. It was nice to draw outside of my usual daily drawing preferences. And of course, as you all have heard me ramble on through this entire video, I really love cats. This was such a blessing. Abby, thank you for suggesting that I do this. This was so much fun. Totally worth the time spent doing this. I highly suggest that if you guys are, pretty cool with drawing, the same old, sit back and try and draw something different. Some other thing. If you like to draw buildings, try and draw characters. If you like to draw characters, try and draw buildings or objects. You can just do something different. It'll inspire you, and it's a lot of fun. And look at the product. I've come a long way. I suggest that you guys give this a try. I suggest that you practice, because without practice, I'd probably still be drawing like that. Thank you, God, that I'm not drawing like that. So, this is it. Thank you guys for watching. Good luck in life and in art. And keep practicing.